Good morning, no, good afternoon. How are you all? Okay, I'm not stepping out of my comfort zone, but I'm definitely taking a big risk here. And I'm going to have a bit of a play with the new stamp positioner and a new stamp that's coming out beginning of March, must be this 3rd of March, called Rainbow of Thanks. I have admired this design before. I've seen people with something like this, and it has paint strokes and paint brushes. So I'm going to have a go of it, and I'm going to put it on the top border of a layout with the intention of probably also going with this paper here. It may not be on the same layout, but it definitely is going to go with this. I will just say that I haven't got all the colours. That's a slightly different green. That's the correct one. I've gone for a brighter pink. I don't have the right pink. And I've gone for a slightly different yellow, but it's almost identical. So I've leaned towards the brighter colours because that's just me. So that's a stamp set there. Let's have a look. Okay, so I need to just grab, I'm only going to do the colour swatch, if you like, or the paintbrush part, or the paint. So you may have seen some other videos about this. This is the actual positioner. I've already put my notepad of paper down the bottom here. So this is going to be where I stamp. And just because I want the paintbrush, I'm not going to stamp the paintbrush yet, but I want the paintbrush to probably be maybe a 1/4 inch down from the end and a little bit on this side. And then I want this to go there. So I might just line the paintbrush level with the inch, just before the inch. And that's about how much space I want. And that makes it nice too, because then it's going to line up with that 1.5 inch there. So I'm going to take the paintbrush away. I did have a little play. Where's my little swatch? I did have a little play just before. I'm not going totally brave here. Trying out different widths. That was sort of an inch apart. It was a little bit too wide. Also trying out the colours that I wanted. That's 3/4 of an inch apart. And it was much easier. I was trying to do 2 in 1 and trying to get the black because these are so close. You can stamp 2 different images with 2 different colours, but just trying to get the black on there and a nice even bit on there, it was just too hard. I was making a mess. And as you can see, I'm already inky. Let me just stand up on my stool and see who is around. Hello, Margaret. Hope you're well. I see you caught your spider and very politely moved him outside. Good to hear. Okay, so, all right, so this is the part that goes on here. And what you might have seen is that it's springy. Okay, so I have just, in doing so, pushing that down, I've now picked up the stamp where I want it. So what I'm going to do is then move my page along as I go. All right, so I'm just going to move my inks out of the way. So, because I'm going to end up with them all open. I'm going to start with the yellow. And I better first put because this is a page layout, I'm going to put this in position. And I wanted to start and show you that you can go right to the edge on a 12 by 12 page as well. And it goes upside down the other way, Wendy. Okay, so you can see now when I put that in position, it's going to, actually I'll put that over there. It's going to do the first one. So I'm just going to do it here. Did I put my hand in my yellow then? What I love about this too is you can layer or build up your ink colours. So if you've got a colour that's a little bit light and you prefer it a bit darker, you can do it twice. Okay, so all I'm going to do is push this down. And this yellow is a little bit, stamp's still new and fresh, and I'm going to do that twice because I'm just finding this yellow is a little bit bubbly too. I am finding this so much faster, let alone the fact that I am doing a border. Just finding with the little bit that I did before, I'm speeding through. So that's my yellow. Let's try and put that, I'm leaving them open. But I do, I put them out of the way. Just going to give that a super quick wipe. And the other thing I was doing too was doing this to dry it quickly. Okay, I'm just going to, my orange is very tight. Okay, there's my orange. All right, so what I need to do now, because the stamp is always going to be in the same position. Actually, you know what I should be doing? See, up there for thinking, Wendy, you should be, well, I could use this one, which goes, let me see, goes, haven't used this one yet, it goes that way, but it may be too far apart for what I want to do. Anyway, I'm going to persist on doing what I'm doing. You can also use the other one to move it along. I've been moving the paper because I want an exact, not an exact, a particular distance between them. Obviously this is going to, goodness me, why can't I get, oh, there you go, I'm putting it in the wrong holes. That one there is probably going to be too big a gap between. So you can use that if you want to duplicate a title or any other image and a certain distance. And I will let you know what that distance is. I've worked out that 3/4 of an inch is the best distance for me. And I didn't move my paper, so let's just get that out of the way. This is what happens when you go live. Now, I was doing with this with a smaller bit of paper before, so I could work out where 3/4 of an inch was. So I'm going to have to use, I'm trying to be too clever here and do something too smart. Okay, so if I take the 3/4 of an inch mark and move that along to 0, the reason I'm doing 3/4 is that's when it's an inch, and I imagine that that's gonna, this small bit here is going to be at least an inch, and that's too wide. I want it to be 3/4 of an inch, which looks like that. So I have inked it up. I'll just tap it again just because I took so long. Now, see that I've got some ink on there. I'm not going to worry about that because it is not going to push down. So the distance, because of the distance of the, or the thickness of the stamp, and you've also got your, look at that, that bit there did not go onto my page. I'll quickly wipe it up for next time though. So that's the orange. Now you're probably going to think, oh, but how often am I going to want to make a rainbow? You're not going to want to make a rainbow that often. This is just something I had in my head. Now, let's move it again. So I'm going to take that bit there and move it 3/4 of an inch. What I found too is I can have these magnets all the way over there. So I'm up to my strawberry slush. Oh, see, I should, oh my goodness. When you're live, you do so many inky bits. Where am I here? Put it on, press it down. So you start to get the idea of the colours. Now, if I was really clever, I could even work out how many, if I was using the other one, I could move it along, but I'm not going to be that clever because mathematically I'll probably get it wrong. And then I could just do the pink and the pink and then the blue and the blue, but I'll do it this way because that would just be, I'll get it wrong for sure. Okay, and there's the inch mark. Move it along. Okay, so if you are using the other piece, this one here, and you're happy with the distance between them, you won't have to do this marking on the paper like I am. Really should lay that flat, and then I wouldn't be getting it all over the edge. But I'm live and I'm trying to do it quickly. Okay, let's see if this one is enough. It's a bit bubbly again. I'm going to do it again. I'll have have a look if there's any comments in a minute. Just want to do at least one repetition of each colour. And then maybe we'll throw in the paintbrush as well. Let's give that a little bit of a shake. Dry off the water from my sponge. And let's go for the green. Sorry, I know you're probably not seeing every little bit of what I'm doing, but you get the idea. I didn't mark it and move it, did I? No, I did not. Goes there. Put one over there this time. Wipe that off and definitely touch that and get it live in my hands. Won't get it on the page, but I will get it on my hands. Green. Do that again. It's going to make it a little bit dark, but I want to get rid of that bubbly look. These ink pads haven't really been used before. I like an intense colour anyway, so there we go with that. Let's wipe that off. Okay, so you can see how quickly I've done that. Now I'm going to even leave that paint swatch on, but I want to do the brush, which is up this way. Okay, so let's just put that there. And I'm going to pick it up again. Oops. Pretty good. So this time I'll put it down, no ink on. I'm just going to pick up the paintbrush. And I could take that off, but I'm just going to leave it on. Now I've actually got a little, tiny little swatch just because it's easier. It's a black ink, but it's just close to my heart one I had. Because it's easy to get that on there without getting it all over the other piece. And I haven't moved the paper, so it's just going to go exactly there. And if I didn't ink it up properly, I could do it again. But look at that. Now I can use my little lines again. And, oops. How am I doing? Am I making it look easy or hard? You know me, I should try something a little bit easier. But no, let's go for the advanced stuff. Oh, I moved my paper down. Now, that was my fault. I shouldn't drag it along. See, this is where you should use these things. So I might grab another bit of paper in a minute and show you how to use the other. Whoop, she says. Coming up there with the inch. I dropped my ink pad. Oh, and I didn't move the magnet, but it still managed okay. It's hitting the other stamp set. And this time, move it along. Some of you are going to be going, I'm not doing that all across my page. I don't have the patience. Is that you? But the effect will be super when it's finished. Probably should have put no, that's my fault. I got ink. Now there's a reason why. That's my fault. I wasn't being careful. I put ink and it went on there, so I really should take that one off. Wah, wah, wah. Anyway, this is a prototype because I don't have all the ink colours that I want to actually use. And let's move that across for the last one, which was there. Thought I could leave that other stamp on, but I wasn't being careful when I put the ink on. So this is definitely a prototype. I could cut this off and put it on a card though. Put a sentiment across there. How's that? Let's have a look. Anyone else online? You missed the very beginning. Not sure what you are using and trying to achieve. Well, now you can see what I'm trying to achieve, Margaret, but what I am using is the stamp positioner. It's a little bit like a stamp station. What do they call them? Usually the type of stamp stations or stamp positioners that you see, like the Misty, they're all got a hinge attachment. So you're locked in. This one doesn't have borders around the side. So it enables you to repeat things, or if you've got a big stamp with a lot of area. I know one for sure, like this stamp set here. It happens to be a cling stamp. The cling stamp's a little bit thick for in here, but a stamp that's got a large mass area, you tend to stamp it, and often that you won't have a nice even ink all the way over. So this allows you to re-stamp in the same spot. Okay. Now, given that I have mucked it up a little bit, I want to turn this around, and I'm going to show you how we can use this one. So we'll still use the same one, or will we do a title? Maybe I'll do a title. Let me just put this away so I don't lose it. And Margaret, that'll give you a better idea of what you can do. More general ways, common ways, everyday ways of, or reasons you'd want to use the Misty. Okay, just want to grab a title here. Or a word. Let's see if I can, let me just grab one from over here, see if I can give you another sneak peek. Okay. I'm going to show you the whole stamp, but I've got one here with the word. What does it say? Everyday moments. Okay, I will just grab a small piece, smaller piece, along here. Okay, and let's imagine, I'm going to do it this way this time. Imagine this is the side of my page, and I want to repeat a title. Let's just lock this in with these really strong magnets. And I want to repeat this title along here. So it says Everyday Moments, sticking to my fingers. Now you could take the paper away. In fact, this is the way you're supposed to do it. Having the grids means you'll get your stamp set, your stamp lined up nicely. Moments, centered. Okay, I think that's pretty straight. Find a tool that doesn't stick to because it's sticking to my fingers. Okay, now what we're going to do is put this on here. So there are 2 holes here that this one can go into. It's still got the little bouncy feet. But now I'm putting the 2 holes at the top. So the bouncy feet are there and there's 2 holes at the top. I'm going to put those onto that and I'm going to pick up the stamp. Okay. Now that I've got that picked up, I can put this back in. I think I've got a very crooked bit of paper. Oops, crooked on that side. Printed on it. That there. Like that, and I might do it, my black is not very juicy at the moment, so I'm going to do it in the blue just because I can. Okay, so let's ink it up, and this is a brand new stamp, and I put the 2 in there and press it straight down. And because it's a brand new stamp, it may not, oh, it inked pretty well. I'm going to do it again though because I should have seasoned the stamp a little bit. I still like to season stamps. And there we go. Let's try that again. Maybe the blue isn't a good colour to do. I should have done it a dark colour. You know what I'm going to do? Oh, shouldn't move the paper. Gee. Maybe I shouldn't be doing the inking on there. Then I wouldn't be touching the area. Things not to do the first time. So normally I would do it there. I'm going to do every other one. Let's have a look. That would be there. And then I'm going to do it every other one, because then I'm going to do a different colour in between. Really getting a lot of ink on this. Don't know if I'm still in camera there. Okay. The beauty of being live. You know what? I reckon I should do it this way. Oh. No, let's not do it that way, Wendy, because then you get ink on your feet. Could do that. Okay, so that was that one. So you get the idea. So you've got to repeat here. Now I could leave the gaps in between, or I could do a different colour, or I could do a different, another title in between, or I could put an icon in between. And you see I press down on top of the stamp, the magnet there, and the magnet is lower than the stamp. So it didn't get in the way. Let's try this. Hopefully I'm still in shot there. That's a better way to do it. So you've got to imagine this is part of a page, which it's not. It's just a scrap. It's a better way. I'm not getting ink all over my thing. And you can actually see that the stamp set itself is stamping a bit better as I go. So, hope that helps you, Margaret, understand what it's all about. Titles. You can have happy, 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 happy birthday. It's a common one I see. I'm just going to grab another colour. I think I'm going to put some of these colours away. What's that blue? I need a darker blue. These probably don't go together very well. Gone bright, so I probably need to stay bright, don't I? Let's go red. Just so you can see, I'll just do one. How stamping in between. I don't even need to move that. Make sure it's straight on. Oh, I like that. Tell me if you like that. Wasn't sure I was gonna. So repeating, but every other one is a different colour. Probably I need to put the everyday moments a bit together, because now it's should tuck those a little bit more so that you can see where one ends and the other one finishes. They've ended up quite evenly spaced. But what do you think? It's so easy to use. It really is. Super, super, super easy. So it comes with an instruction sheet, which tells you what to do. The grid paper, which comes in a pad behind me. That's the only thing that doesn't come with it. So I'm thinking I might laminate it, but I'll need to see how that would work out. I'd need to punch holes. So it's got the little holes punched in the paper. Okay, so those paper, the piece of paper go into those little holes. Some people say they do it so they can sort of stamp off on it, or the ink goes on there and not onto this, but I'm wondering whether it could be laminated. But that's just my brain. Okay, is anyone else online? Who else is watching? No, just Margaret. Okay, I hope that's been somewhat useful. I haven't got a lot of time to play this week. Today is the first day that I have both of my children at school the first time in 9 months. Since April, early April. It's probably, more than 9 months. Really excited that Zoe is well enough to go back to school. It's been one hell of a journey. And we've made it to 1 the first time in a long time. She's normally unwell by 11 o'clock. So we are back on track, and I only have today and tomorrow, and they've got appointments all week, and my all-day crop on Saturday. So I've got a few more things to prepare for that. And I'll be seeing lots of you on Saturday at my all-day crop. So keep an eye out for this one. This doesn't come till the March online exclusive. This is available from tomorrow for those that join up. You get it for free. You pay the normal $169 joining fee, and for that you get $235 worth of product of your choice, as well as some free business materials. And you get this $88 item, so you could chuck in a packet of these, which I think $27 from memory, as part of your $235 of free product. When will this be available to everyone? Got no idea. Absolutely no idea. We have not been told. Current demonstrators have been able to buy this for the last about 10 days. Maybe it's coming up for 2 weeks. But even I won't be able to buy it after today. Today's the last day for current demonstrators to buy this. So if you're a demonstrator in my team, you've been thinking about it, get on and order it today. If you've been thinking, if you're desperate and really keen to get it, to give me, send me a message and I can tell you more about the joining offer. Otherwise, you'll have to hang out until it's available for everyone, which I honestly don't know when that'll be. Anyway, hope you're enjoying a much cooler day today, and I'm going to go have some lunch. If you've got questions, pop them below. And I hope you enjoyed seeing me get inky and mucky and have a bit of a play. I'm sure I will build up my skills and knowledge and be back to share with you more on another day. Okay, bye.